shit. It's 1,000. Spin that shit. Spin that shit. Spin that shit. Shit, you coming? Spin the check and get it right back.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Eazyy TV bringing you guys another Division 2 video. Today I just want to talk about a little bit of the TU6 episode 2. Just watch State of the Game. I usually let my boy Epic Slayers do all the news and I just watch him, but today I was up and I watched the whole thing from beginning to end, and I just wanted to talk about a few things and bring some attention to a few things that you guys have been wondering or asking for, or what's coming up in TU6. So as you guys can see on the screen, I have a screenshot. It's not the best screenshot, but I have a screenshot of Title Update 6 will be out October 15th. I'm pretty sure there are videos from like a week ago that went over some of these things already about the upcoming TU6, about it, you know, the release date and stuff that's in it or whatever. I haven't really touched on it, but I'm gonna just touch on it today. So October 15th for basically the season or year one holders, October 15th is when TU6 is live. All right, when TU6 is live, you get all this stuff. You get intro main mission 1, main mission 2 classified assignments, new specialization, major improvements. So they did improvements on some of the stuff, which we already talked about in another video. Conflict now has a new map called the Wharf. I believe that's how you say it. And team elimination, which we really didn't ask for that mode. And then they have other stuff actually coming out as well. If you are not a season 1 or a year pass holder or whatever the case may be, it will be available for you on the 22nd. But you can start your classified assignments on October 15th, so you can already get started with that right away. All right. Also, Kinley College is coming back in TU6 as well. So for the people, and I recommend that you guys do this, go ahead and get the Diamondback. I'm going to make a crazy Diamondback build that I already have in my head for TU6. But for the people who have not been able to get the Diamondback, you guys will be able to get the Diamondback as well. All right. They talked about DZ reworks, I guess normalization and also server capacity now. So I'm guessing they made it to where now usually when you go into the DZ, sometimes you'll go into empty servers. There's nobody there. They just throw you into a random server. Sometimes you'll go into a lit server or whatever the case may be. Now they're fixing their servers to where you can actually, they're going to actually put you in lobbies with other people. And if those lobbies are full with other people, they'll put you in other ones and, you know, fill up that lobby and so forth and so on. So that's pretty decent. Hopefully that works out to where more people can get in the DZ so it can be more fighting from a PvP aspect. But if it's like, you know, DZs for just, you know, PvE and looting and all that stuff, then that really doesn't make a difference for me. Also, they have the Wolves Den, I think, vendor, I think that's how you say it. I got a picture of it. I'm gonna pull it up right now. I said Wolves Den. It's called Thieves Den. My bad. So as you guys can see, I'm gonna go ahead and make this a little bigger. As you guys can see, I got this screenshot from Twitch, and they have different stuff in here. So they have a lot of, they have the True Patriot stuff, ongoing directive. These are the credits that you need. So if you guys are not doing like manhunts and clearing stuff and all that, you probably wouldn't have these credits. You have Hardwire Holster here. You have Negotiator's Dilemma, Tip of the Spear. So they're selling like different gear set stuff. And also, if you guys can look up here, it says Claws Out Wyvern Wear. So this is a named high-end piece, a named high-end holster. All right, so you guys doing that, they will actually have that. It looks like they have more. They just showed this, but that's what they have for that one as well. I want to touch on a little bit of the conflict mode, which is, let me pull this screenshot up here. The new conflict mode is elimination, which is basically, for me, in a sense, it's execution from Gears of War. All right, So you have 4-on-4, and you know you kill, and then the round's over or whatever. I don't think they should have really put that in the game. To be honest, I really think they should have. I really think they should have put survival, last stand, that type of stuff in PvP, because with these new game modes, it will bring back a large player base. Everybody's been talking about survival, and they're not listening to the community, as in bringing back survival. And me personally, I already said before, I don't think the game is still going to last that long, even with TU6, just because the simple fact you got all these other games coming out. You got COD coming out, which is going to be a big hit. You have your Destiny stuff that just came out, your Borderlands 3 that just came out. And what's going to make people come back to the game to play Division, which in my opinion, the major mode would have been survival. They're not dropping any content really with this update. It's more like looting, regrinding for your build and checking new guns out and stuff like that, but it's not like any real content. So that's where that big downfall is going to be for me. Even though they did bring one new map, I think they should have brought multiple new maps, at least 3 new maps, because playing Conflict on those same maps it's very, very stale. All right. So I just want to talk about that. So we have no survivals coming, no underground, no last stand. None of that is coming in this update of TU6 as of right now. I don't know if it's going to come in the future, but right now it is not coming. All right. The raid, I want to talk about the raid as well. The raid, I think, which is the Pentagon raid, or I don't know what it's called, but it's no release date yet. The guy said they're, in quotations, working on it. So that means it's nowhere near ready. So for anybody that's been, I'm just here for the raid, the new raid, you might as well cancel it, because speculation and how people was talking in the chat, they was talking about 2020, talking about 2 months from now. And I hope that's not the case. If you're telling me like the raid is going to come out next year, I hope that's not the case. I hope that was a joke or people took it the wrong way, but how he said it, it looks like the raid is nowhere near ready. So anybody who wanted to do the raid or any of the new raid loot or anything like that is not happening anytime soon. They have a new tech hive as well. The new tech hive, it's basically a support thing. I know people talked about this before, but I think I have let me see. I have a video of it. It's basically a brand set, not a brand set, a specialization that buffs skills, and is basically like a tactician, but it's reworked and it buff other skills and stuff like that. We're going to get into that video, like with the different skill trees and stuff, because I recorded some videos. But I also want to talk about the inventory layout as well. So the inventory layout, as you guys can see, you can do a lot of filtering with this. You can show what pieces got crit chance on this, skill, power, shotgun damage, rifle damage, and it gives you a whole layout of what you have in those pieces. So like for your health, you have, this person has 14 pieces in his inventory out of the 95 that they have, 14 pieces that have health on them, or 14 pieces with skill haste. This is dope. I actually like this, so you can know what you have, how many damage to elite you have, LMGs. So I actually like this change in the game. That's real dope right there. But I want to talk about this tech weapon video first. So we're gonna do the weapon, then we're gonna do the specialization, and then we're going to do basically the tree or whatever the case is. So let me go ahead and pull this video up right now.
Okay, so what are we seeing here, Richard?
So you see this new crosshair, and you get to mark enemies. You kind of see how it builds up little dots on each one. And then you got these swirling missiles that go out and kind of clear the room. Each one kind of capable of taking out a red bar. I think you're actually going to go ahead and shoot just the one, this red bar, just to show. And yeah, it's really a room clearer. Up to 6 missiles. They can lock on to different enemies, or you can tag one enemy with multiple missiles. And
all right, so we're going to stop it right there. I'm gonna keep playing it in the background. Me personally, with this thing right here, I think this was a lazy job to me. I think this should have been different. I think this is what the Firefly was supposed to be. And then they did something completely different. It's basically like a rocket launcher. It's cool or whatever, but I don't see using this over like a seeker mine build or an explosive build or anything like that, which this thing does give off explosive damage, but I just don't see how this would utilize this. You can clear out rooms and a whole bunch of ads, but you also can do that with the seeker mine build as well. And on top of that, they also said this is not a boss killer, so you won't be able to just put a lot of damage on a boss using this thing. The seeker mines will, though, even though some bosses are real tanky, but the seeker mines will actually put out more damage than what this is. But it's cool, you know, it's all right in a sense. I just think they should have reworked this. I don't think that was the way to go with this new specialist, but it is what it is. All right. So now I want to pull up the other video, which is this one here. We're going to go ahead and turn that sound on, and it shows the ability. Basically, this video right here is going to show what the tech ability does, as in buffing skills and everything else. All right.
First, now you can see he's tagging each enemy with multiple missiles.
So how does that work? Do you just hover over them again?
Yeah. And it takes just a split second. So you can pull your cursor over or your aim over without tagging someone, just if you want to be tactical about who you pick. So it's quite easy to use. And this is throwing out the hive. And you'll see when the drone flies by that one of the little things comes out and hits it. It gives it a buff.
Yeah.
And you'll also notice when it comes back, exhausted, your little pet, kind of damaged. It'll hit it again now, I think, yep, and repair it.
Yep. That's really cool.
And you can imagine if you're playing 4 players in a group.
All right, so as you guys saw in that little short clip there, what happened was the drone came out, he dropped his tech hive, and basically when he put his skill out, the tech hive gave it a buff like armor. And it got shot up a little bit, and he called it back. And when it came back, the tech hive went inside of the drone again and gave it more damage, and it went back out. And in a sense, you know, it's just like the other hives, like the stem hive, like when you get health, or if the booster hive, when you run fast, it goes on the character and you move. Same thing applies to skills, but this is really like skill oriented. So if you got mortars or drones or turrets, anything like that, flame turrets, anything like that, this right here would give it a buff to where it becomes stronger, it lasts for a longer time. You can also, in a sense, kind of do this with BTSUs right now, but because the BTSU give you more duration, I think more. I'm not sure if it give you more damage, but it give you more duration, more health, and I think more damage, if I'm not mistaken. And it kind of, in a sense, does the same thing. So what's better, you know, running something like this for an overall team or individual BTSUs or whatever the case may be? What's more valuable in a situation like this is my question. All right. So with that being done, we're going to get into the rocket. It's just a video to show you guys how the actual rocket looks, and then we're going to talk about the skill tree.
Cool. I mean, actually, do it nice and slow, because I'm sure a cosplayer out there is going to really appreciate it.
Oh yes.
You should really hand out the 3D models for these so cosplayers can use them, 3D print and do
That'd be
stuff.
cool.
That's really cool.
So the rocket looks a little dope. It's just big as hell, but it looks a little dope. But like I said, I think they should have maybe reworked this or whatever. Made it a little bit more stylish, maybe, or something like that. If we're going to get into all this high tech stuff, should have made it probably a little bit more stylish. But overall, it's pretty decent. Now, this is the main thing that I want to talk about. On what this basically technician does. We're not going to go through this whole little 5-minute segment. We're just going to skip through and go through different trees, and it's going to give you a breakdown on what the tech actually does as a specialist.
How exciting it is to show a live build on.
Cool.
So then filled out everything.
So first things first, you have an EMP grenade. You get an EMP grenade, you know, it disrupts electronics or whatever the case may be. And then right after that, you have a thing called Artificer or whatever this is. The Artificer sends out micro electro booster drones that expend themselves to increase allied skills efficiency and refresh their duration. So this is pretty dope right here. Like I said, when you have this active and you put out a skill or anybody else put out a skill, it gives, you know, it basically gives them a buff, increased allied skills efficiency and refresh their duration. So it stays out there for a longer period of time. All right. And then you have something called the upgraded sensor package, which it says it increase the radius of hive skill. So it's basically a bigger area. And then liquid cooling mod to increase the recovery rate of the high skill. So this is basically skill haste in a sense to get it back faster, I'm guessing, or as we used to call it, cooldown duration, but it's skill haste now. So I'm pretty sure that's what that is. And if people don't notice, the hive is one of the skills that take the longest cooldown to come back. It's a very long cooldown for most of the hives to come back. So this will help it out a lot. Let's see what else. We went through the upgraded sensor package. All right, guys. So now we have a talent called the Faraday Field, which it says party members within 5 meters of your deployed and undisrupted skills are immune to shock and disruption. So that's pretty cool for basically PvE stuff. The snipers that have like shock bullets and stuff like that are some of the engineers. And then also the Black Tusk who carry the EMP grenades and different stuff like that. So that's pretty dope right there. Let's see what else we have. We have something else called Technomancy. Technomancy, probably. That's how you probably say it. Equipping a skill grants 15% bonus armor. So you get 15% bonus armor by equipping a skill. And when the skill dies, recover 20% armor. All right. So that's pretty cool in a sense right there when it comes to like tech builds and stuff like that. All right. Let's see what else we have. Excuse me. Excuse me. Jesus. All right. Let's see what else we have. Overclock CPU. This specialist sound like a computer or something. So with overclock CPU, you get plus 10% skill damage. So that brings in some of the damage that you lose for explosive damage. And Seeker, I guess, I don't know if it's Seeker Mind damage, but I believe it's explosive damage that got nerfed, which was the destructive talent or whatever. So this gives you an additional 10% for that. So that's pretty cool. And then you have enhanced diagnostics, which give you plus 10% skill healing. Now this would be dope to like make a tactician or reclaimer 2.0 type thing if you want to go with all out healing and different stuff like that. This is a real support role specialist. So if you guys want to go ahead and use that, I will probably make a couple builds out of this build, like built around tech stuff, healing, damage stuff as well. So I'll probably get into that a little bit. And then let's see what else they have. Vital protection. This gives you plus 50% pulse resistance. So, you know, people was running around with spotter on the ropes and stuff like that. Now with this having this skill tree, you'll be able to have 50% pulse resistance. So it's a chance that you won't get pulse with this thing, and then they get the extra damage buff from spotter. So that's dope as well. Now I wonder, does it just only work for this person, or is it a group thing? Maybe it only just works with that one person. All right. We have, let's see, we already talked about that one. Micro missile ammo acquisition, destroying hostile skill, proxies, drones, and robotic adds 3 to the ammo bar. Pretty decent. And then signature weapon damage, give you 40% increase. This is the EMP grenade. Let's keep going and see what else they talked about. I want to talk about this med kit that I saw as well. So with the link laser pointer is basically, what did they say? This pulses a target. So I kind of wanted to ask them a question on when that laser pulses a target, does the spotter activate? Does spotter go hand in hand with this? Because if that's the case, then I don't have to run a pulse for spotter to work. I can just run this, aim my gun, and get the pulse on that target, and get spotter to buff only, you know, for that target that's spotted. That'd be dope if you can. So you don't have to sacrifice a pulse. You can run like double heals and get spotter, or it's different ways that I'm thinking about how that actually works. And then also, this is my rifle, whatever that is. That's like rifle buff. We talked about that. Where's the med kit? So amped give you 50% skill power. Amped give you 50% skill power. But I'm pretty sure, let me see, let's go back. I'm not sure why it's not. Let's see. There we go. So they went over it real fast. Emergency patch. Armor kit also applies to all friendly skill proxies within 10 meters. So anybody that's within 10 meters of this guy, if he pops a med kit, it heals him, and then it actually heals the skill. So if you're running flame turrets, drones, anything like that, that's in anybody that's in that area, you get the armor kit goes on to the skills as well. That's pretty dope. That is actually pretty dope, because I wonder how you can, I wonder if this stacks or not. That's actually pretty dope right there. But I think that's most of the stuff. I went over that, the weapon, the tech, whatever else it was. And then, okay, so they have a free weekend coming up as well, October 17th, on all platforms. So it's a free weekend that everybody can play Division and stuff like that. So it's available on all platforms. I pretty much touched on everything that they really talked about. I'm kind of disappointed in some of the stuff that did not actually come into the game yet. Will TU6 help Division? I'm not sure. But I don't think, like I always said, I don't think TU6 is going to last no longer than a month, and then everybody is going to be done with the game. But if you guys have any questions, please leave a comment down below. Also, leave a thumbs up on this video if you enjoyed the video. If you're new to the channel, hit that sub button and also hit that notification button. It's your boy Eazyy TV, and I'm out.